What's up, guys, and welcome back to the podcast. My name is Frankie.
And I'm Alex.
And together, we are FnA Van Life.
This is the show where we bring you news from the nomadic community or interviews with other nomads so you can know what it's really like to live life on the road.
And we really know what it's like to live life on the road. We've actually spent several Christmases on the road, and in this podcast, we're going to be talking about spending Christmas on the road.
Because part of living in the van full time is that you do holidays in the van too.
Yeah, and actually, yesterday was my birthday, guys.
Happy birthday, Frankie.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're a Christmas baby.
Yeah, I know, which is crazy because I actually came home on Christmas, even though I was born on the 21st. I was actually premature. I was supposed to be born in January 21st.
Oh.
And
21st, that's like a whole month.
Yeah, I was premature by a month.
Oh my goodness.
And so I was actually 5 pounds when I was born. And I think I was under 5 pounds when I came home because babies tend to lose a little bit of weight before they start to gain it. And I was this tiny little thing. And I remember my dad telling me that he could fit me in the palm of his hand.
Like a little puppy.
Yeah. And so I came home on Christmas Day. So Christmas Day is like where my life began inside a home.
There you go.
Isn't that wild?
That is pretty exciting.
Take on a cool adventure.
Yeah. I didn't realize you were a whole month early.
Yeah. I was small. So, like, when I think of Everly being pretty small, she wasn't small at birth. She was, 7 pounds?
She was, like, pretty average, normal.
8 ounces, 12 ounces, somewhere around there. Yeah, so she was a normal-sized baby.
Yeah.
But she's little like we are.
Yeah, you never really outgrew your smallness.
No. I mean, I did get a little growth spurt, you know.
I mean, you're bigger than 5 pounds.
Yeah, I'm also taller than you, so that's, you know.
Yeah, that's not hard to do, though.
Yeah.
Probably 90% of the population is taller than I am.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm only 5'6". I know it's hard to tell how tall we are from the podcast or from our videos, but we're not tall people.
No. I feel like you can only really tell when other people are in the videos with us and they like tower over us and you're like, oh, hi. Yeah.
But like I was 5 foot till like my junior year of high school. And then that sophomore year going into junior year, I think I grew about 6 inches and that was it. That was it. I was done growing. Yeah.
All right. So we're going to get into our Christmases on the road. I actually have prepared a list for us to go through because I had to think back. I mean, It's hard to like remember where you were every year, but Christmas is pretty monumental.
Yes.
And whatever holiday you celebrate, we are all encompassing. You know, it doesn't have to be Christmas or whatever holiday podcast, but Christmas is what we celebrate. So it's easy for us to remember where we were on Christmas.
Well, for Alex, obviously, not for me.
There's one in here that Frank's like, I don't recall that.
Yeah, like I know that we were there, and I do remember a specific event that happened during that moment, but I don't remember like the whole day.
All right, well, maybe we can refresh Frank's memory, but we're going to start at the very beginning because our van life journey, we've said a couple of times, started December 27th, 2019 is when we like officially hit the road. But we had already traveled in the van a little bit before that. I don't remember the exact date.
Well, we started traveling, I think it was December 1st or 10th, it was either 1st or 10th. I can't remember.
Well, see, we don't remember the exact date.
But the thing is that we went 2 weeks before because I was able to take my vacation. And then we started to travel hitting the mountains when the mountains were open in the southern part of Pennsylvania. So
we had this plan our first year of van life to snowboard 71 mountains in a single season. And we had the Epic and the Icon Pass. I did a spreadsheet and mapped out all the locations of all of the different mountain resorts, and we were going to do all of them. But so we're looking and we're like, okay, well, some of them are actually kind of south of where we are right now.
Yeah.
So it would be good to kind of knock a couple of those off before we actually start heading north and really like tackling the mountains and like getting further and further away from home.
And we were thinking about like the aspect that we should do a shakedown trip just to make sure that everything worked properly. And we're really grateful we did that because everything did not work properly.
So those first either 2 or 3 weeks, it was probably 2 weeks because I feel like we both technically still had jobs at this point.
Yeah, like technically both of us ended our jobs January 1st.
Or like December 31st was my like official last day.
Yeah. And mine was before that though. I think I quit my job or like put in my 2 weeks notice and ended my job by my birthday.
I remember them being like, "Oh, but you're gonna miss your Christmas bonus," and you were like, "It's $200 cash."
Yeah, I'm like, it's not a lot.
I'll be okay.
And really, they should have just gave me the Christmas bonus anyway because I worked there for the whole entire year except for like the last 2 weeks of the year.
Yeah, my boss was actually really great. He, instead of like firing me or like taking me off payroll, he actually put me on a sabbatical because our bonuses pay out in, I think it was like March or something like that. So like you got your bonus for the previous year in the March of next year. Mm-hmm. So he actually put me on sabbatical so that I could get my bonus in March.
Yeah, that's great. It's incredible.
Yeah. He was like, "Could you stay?" And I'm like, "No, because we're doing this whole mountain thing and like we'll have missed all the mountains by then. Like we have to be gone in winter." And he was like, "Okay, well, like I'll figure it out because you earned it. Like it's your money. So I'm going to make it work for you."
And my company did exactly the opposite.
So you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we did this shakeout trip with no plumbing.
Yeah, we bought like a cheap pump. And that pump didn't work. It wound up failing on us. It wound up just like running continuously. It didn't have any brakes on it. So that's why we had no water.
But is that why we had no water the first time?
That's why we had no water the first time.
Because I do remember also when we were leaving on the 27th, our water exploded.
I did the plumbing right before we left, like the day we left. And then that, it exploded because when the water was off, because the pump didn't work, the lines were full, and our plumbing exploded because we had everything off and it froze. Oh. And so the plumbing exploded because when I went to turn it back on with the new pump, the lines were frozen and it created ruptures in the lines. And so it exploded at the sink. Cool. Because that's the brass fitting that froze and couldn't handle it where everything else was PEX and it was able to handle the freeze and thaw.
Yeah, in my face.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It exploded in my face. Yeah. I feel like that's always how plumbing works. You're like, "Oh, is it working?" Like, yeah, not quite.
So that first Christmas.
Oh, I do remember. Also, we had this like UV light filter thing.
Yes.
Was that in Lolo or was that in Olive?
That was in Lolo. Yeah, that was in Lolo.
Because it was like the UV light, and then we had installed the light backwards or something, and so that like. There was no seal on it because we had like put it in backwards.
Yeah, I remember something was wrong with that as well, but we got it all fixed.
Yeah. So anyways, the first 2 weeks, like our shakeout trip, we had no plumbing. So we were just kind of like figuring it out like full dry camping style.
Yeah.
But we did kind of some of the southern more mountains like Pennsylvania and things like that. Maybe all the way to West Virginia?
No, we didn't go all the way down. West Virginia was on the way south from like we came all the way up to Canada first and then went south.
And then track back down.
Because we knew we had to go through like middle of the, well, I guess Midwest of Mid-East.
Right.
Like Ohio and Michigan and all that. And the way the mountains lined up, West Virginia was closest to that for the least amount of miles.
So we did our shakeout trip. We had a good time.
Yeah, we had a great time. It was amazing. Pretty good snowboarding. Met some really fun people. I think we met Branson on that trip.
Oh, okay.
And I like left my snowboard at the mountain and he drove it like half an hour to us because we were already an hour away when I realized it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild.
That was fun. So anyways, we circled back to New York. We technically still had our apartment at the time because we would have paid our December rent, but it was basically almost 100% cleared out, minus like a couple of things and maybe like a bed. And then we did Christmas with your family in New York City. And everybody gave us blankets.
Yeah, we had, for gifts, we literally got like 6 blankets for my family. And my family isn't that big, so it's like every aunt gave us a blanket.
They were really worried that we were going to freeze to death in the van.
And then we already had like 2 of our own like throw blankets. So
yeah, we were like, we got a lot of blankets. We were
quite literally just like swimming in blankets. You know?
I appreciate the thought. It was like
how are they going to stay warm in there? I don't think they're going to be... They need 17 blankets.
They were trying to support our dreams in the best way they knew how with blankets.
Love. It's all love. We appreciate it. I think we wound up getting rid of some of those blankets, though.
Probably.
I think we might have given
I think
away.
I put 1 or 2 in storage. Like I used one of them to like wrap some of our like delicate things in like a box. You know what I mean? Because I think one of them is actually currently on Everly's bed.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. It is.
So I don't think we got rid of all of them, but I think we kind of didn't take all of them on the road trip.
So that was like a nice goodbye holiday, you know, Christmas, kind of the last Christmas I spent with the family. I think that was the last Christmas I spent with my family, which is kind of mind-blowing. Yeah, I think we did a Thanksgiving after that, and that was
We've done a New Year's down there as well.
We've done a New Year's, yeah. So we have spent other holidays with them. We just, you know, because of everything that was going on. Also, COVID happened the following year. So the following year was a COVID Christmas.
Yeah, we left December 19, and then everything, as you guys know, happened around like February, March 2020.
Yeah.
But so by December 2020, we had... I was trying to remember where we left the van.
I know exactly where we left it.
Okay, tell me.
So we sold the other one.
Okay.
We bought Lolo. Lolo was in Florida at my mom's house, and
Are you saying you're saying the wrong name?
I'm sorry. We bought Olive.
Okay.
Yeah. So we left it in Florida with my mom.
You're right.
And we flew here, and we did, oh no, Paco pooped, hit the jam hard, broke in sweatpants, stayed in bed all day. Cross the border as a family.
If you want to see our holiday musical, we probably have a link to it somewhere.
Honestly, that was good.
It was pretty good.
Really good.
Very creative.
Yeah.
So we had just done a cross-country road trip in Uncle Kevin's van. We were living with him while searching for a van for us to purchase. We, like Frank said, had sold Lolo out of Oregon, out of Northwest Nomads, which is usually like the end of October.
Yeah.
And then tracked down to Florida via Texas, and Texas is where we bought Olive.
Yes.
And then we kind of tandem drove while sleeping in Uncle Kevin's van down to Florida. Yes. And I think we got there for Thanksgiving, if I'm remembering, because we did Thanksgiving with your mom.
Yeah.
And then we were working on the build and stuff.
Well, we cut in a window, and we cut in a fan. We cut in 2 windows and a fan. And then at that point, you know what? It was 3 windows and a fan. And at that point, it was like, okay, we know that we have to like wait until like why do any more progression if we're gonna go fly to Canada.
Right. And Canada at the time was having a quarantine period. So anybody who came into the country had to voluntarily quarantine for 2 weeks. So we knew if we wanted to spend Christmas and your birthday with my family and like doing festive fun things, we had to get there at least 2 weeks before so that we could sit in the basement by ourselves for 2 weeks.
This was like pre the shot and all that stuff. So it's like we flew in, we did our 2-week quarantine. We went out for my birthday.
We had like a nice birthday dinner at a local restaurant.
Yeah, which was delicious, and we had a great time. And we're like, oh, this is going to be nice. We're going to be able to like chill with the family and blah, 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 and like be able to go around and like see some stuff. And then sure enough, all of Canada went back into lockdown.
Or at least Ontario.
At least Ontario, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was like the day after your birthday, the whole province was like...
They announced that you like... couldn't go visit your family if you weren't in the same household and blah, blah, blah. And, like, if you do, you're going to get in trouble. And it was a lot. Yeah.
So, I mean, luckily, we had already kind of had our bubble, which was, like, my parents and us were staying in the same house. So we're going to see each other. And then my sister lives right nearby with her kids. So we had, like, a very low-key, just the family Christmas.
Yeah.
And it was unfortunate because, you know, we were looking forward to doing a little bit of sightseeing or whatever, and it was just completely like...
We came to do a month here. We got like 3 days out of quarantine, and then it was right back into like, you can't go anywhere.
2 days of our own quarantine, and then probably like 2 weeks of our own quarantine, and then probably 2 weeks of the Ontario quarantine.
And like, legitimately, we did the quarantine. Like, we stayed in their basement, and they like would put food on the top or like the second set of stairs.
She set up like a little table halfway down the stairs.
And then we would go up, like they would leave the area, then we would go up and get it and come down. And it was just this whole thing.
Because technically the government could come and survey or like check in. I don't know what the word is. Like basically like you had to give them your plan of where you were going to quarantine and then how you were going to get groceries and blah, blah, blah. And then they could technically come and check to see if you were doing what you said you were doing. And if you weren't, it was like like a $50,000, like it was like so much money.
$10,000 to $50,000 for the fee, like for the fine, and then like also if you're not from the country, then you could be banned from coming into the country forever. And it was just like this whole thing of.
So you don't want to mess around.
No, not at all. And so we were being smart and doing the right thing. And then you also heard the news of like people like tattletaling on their neighbors, and stuff like this. So it wasn't worth it.
Yeah. So anyways, it was a good Christmas, but it was also kind of like a weird Christmas.
It was a weird Christmas. And I'm sure it was a weird Christmas for a lot of people around the world.
The world was a weird Christmas.
So if it was a weird Christmas for you, we get it. We understand, and I'm glad we're away from that moment in life, and we're in a moment in life where everything kind of seems normal again.
Yeah. Hoi. So anyways, we flew back to Florida, lived our lives for a year, and then it was the time for the next Christmas in 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the Christmas that I don't know where we were.
Yeah, Frank doesn't really remember this Christmas, and I can kind of see why, because it wasn't necessarily like monumental, but I remember it because it was very unique and different for us.
I think I blacked out. Not of alcohol, just of like, I don't know, maybe not being around my family.
There was not enough festive cheer.
There was no family other than ourselves with each other.
We were traveling full-time in Olive, and we had just snowboarded probably like Big Sky or something like that. Like we were in Montana.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact location, but I do remember that it was an iOverlander like location pin, and it was a campground, but the campground was closed for the season because it was December, and we were kind of on our way between two different places.
Yeah.
It
did say you were like allowed to park in it and all this stuff, and
there was no like gate or anything.
No, they were like, just keep it clean, and there is an outhouse, you could use it, and like in the iOverlander review, and so yeah, we did that.
Yeah, so we basically just like pulled up on one of the pitches, and it was by a river, and it was snowy, and it was really cold. And we kind of didn't really do anything. We just like hung out with Paco and like went for little walks, but like
watched a lot of Christmas movies.
Made food, made like festive food. Probably had some like video calls with our friends and family.
Yeah.
But that was our first like really van Christmas.
Yeah,
because it was just you and me in the van. Totally solo doing Christmas.
Yeah, and then right after that, we dipped out, and let's continue to talk about that. The one thing I do remember from that whole moment, that whole Christmas, was I remember the outhouse being like hella cold, and I remember like being like, oh, I want to make sure that it's warm for Alex, so I took our propane heater and I put it in because we didn't need it for
the van.
Actually, we were just at Big Sky, because our van heater sooted up on us.
Right.
And I drove down from Big Sky to Bozeman, and we went and fixed that heater in somebody's driveway because they offered help when we were at the AutoZone. They saw me like laying on the ground, asked me what I was doing, was like, I have a garage you could like work in. It's not heated, but like it's better than being on the floor out here. And I was like, you're damn right. And then I had a propane heater that I was able to put next to me and keep my hands warm while I was working on that heater. So then like that was right around my birthday because I wanted to go to Big Sky for my birthday and snowboard.
Right.
And I'm starting like it's coming back to me. And so we fixed that heater. Then we took those people out to dinner
as a thank
you for allowing us to like be in their space.
I think they let us like shower and stuff. Oh yeah,
I was filthy.
Yeah, we were like went in their house and they were very generous. Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. And then they even like his sister made gloves that she embroidered with
or like burnt
designs into and stuff. And they even offered us that as well, but we didn't have the gloves to do it and stuff. So we never wound up doing it, but it was just an incredible, cool experience meeting those people. And then right after that, Christmas we did by ourselves. But
because we were meeting up with your friend who lived, I think
Tyler lived in the southern part of Montana.
Right.
Very close to
Wyoming,
I want to say. And he was like a buddy of mine from high school. I used to play basketball with on the basketball team and baseball when we were kids growing up and stuff. And we lived in Rotunda, West Florida. And yeah, it was cool to go meet up with a friend from high school and that I haven't seen in like literally since graduation. Mm-hmm. And at that point, we were at least 10 years beyond graduation.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. So, yeah, it was like a really mellow, low-key Christmas, just you and me and whatever food we had picked up at the store, because we didn't move for a couple of days.
No.
Like, we just kind of like loaded up and then stayed at this closed campground. And I think it was nice.
It was very nice.
You don't even remember it.
But I do. It all came back to me at that moment. I don't remember the scenery of the place.
Okay. Like you can't picture it in your mind.
No, and I think it's because we didn't spend a lot of time outside.
No.
Like we didn't go for walks around it.
It was so cold.
It was so cold. It was probably Celsius. It was probably around like minus 13.
Yeah, I think it was like snowstormy too. Like I remember there being like snow.
Yeah, it was cold.
Do you hear Paco?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to let him in the door.
Okay.
I think he wants to come and hang out with us.
Okay. I'll keep talking. So yeah, it was really snowy. There was an outhouse there, and I remember putting that propane heater in the outhouse and making it nice and warm for Alex and or myself when we were going in and out. But it was
generous.
It was really more for you because like I could be quick and I don't have to sit on the toilet to pee. And then for Alex, that moment of like, oh, the freezing cold toilet seat.
I remember it just really heated up your shins.
Yeah.
And then not much else.
Yeah, you should.
But it certainly made the space warmer than it would have been without it.
And it made your body feel warmer because your shins were on fire.
All right, so then we lived a whole nother year.
Yeah, we lived a whole nother year after that, luckily, and a few more after that. So then now we're into 2022, and I actually know exactly where we were for 2022.
Tell me, I was just going to consult my list because I was like, oh, I don't remember.
At least I think I know where
I
we
do
were.
remember. Well, yeah, you probably know.
Yeah. I think we were in Panama.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we drove all the way through Mexico and Central America, all the way down to Panama, which is the furthest point south that you could go on the North American continent.
Driving.
Yeah, driving. So we were at the furthest point south on the North American continent. We were in a place called Santa Catalina, and it was a beautiful place where potentially is where we were when Everly became life.
Yeah. I knew that I wanted to be somewhere that we didn't have to worry about moving and whatever. And so I wanted to make sure that we had a site for the 2 weeks-ish of like Christmas and New Year's because it just kind of felt like it would be more relaxing. We had just done the full drive down the Pan American Highway, kind of moving pretty frequently. Like in each country we had about a month, like 30 days. So
not the C4. The C4, we had to do 90 days throughout 4 different countries.
Right. So we were always kind of moving. Like it'd be like you spend a couple days here and then you go a bit more south and then a couple days here and then a bit more south and then,
Yeah.
So I just was like, I feel like we need a reset before we like do anything else. And we knew that we had to be back in Costa Rica because my family was coming down for a holiday in January. So we knew we had to meet them specific date and time in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
And I was like, listen, let's just find a campground or something like that and pay for it for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And so we found this town, Santa Catalina, just through like scrolling on iOverlander, like looking at different pins and whatever.
At this point, I was also pretty into surfing. And I was like, oh, I really want to go surf. And Panama was a spot that was known for surfing. So I was like, all right, cool. Let's go. Let's go find a place.
You mean Santa Catalina is known for surfing?
Sorry.
Because all of Panama
is a surf spot.
Well, not all of it, but
most of it.
A lot of it.
The whole entire West Coast.
Even the interior.
Yeah, you probably could find a surf spot somewhere. People surf lakes.
yeah, sure they do. But yeah, so we found a pin on iOverlander, and actually originally when we got to Santa Catalina, the pin that I had directed us to, I think maybe it was a little bit less expensive, and we spent maybe 2 or 3 nights there. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And it was kind of outside of someone's house. It felt a little bit like...
It was literally on somebody's property.
Yeah, I think they had an Airbnb in the back or something like that. And so they had like a communal shower and whatever.
It was like $5 for hookup or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know, like $5 or $10 for a night, which is fine. But we were like a little bit outside of town and there was really nothing between us and town.
Yeah.
And it just kind of, it didn't give like the right vibes. Like it was fine. And it was fine for a couple of days, but it was kind of like, I don't love this spot.
Yeah.
So anyways, I start looking and then I find this place called Surfer's Paradise. And I think it was a little bit more expensive, which was why I hadn't booked it originally.
Yeah.
But it was a full hostel. So like full like hotel rooms, like a whole bank of hotel rooms, and then a giant communal area with like tables and chairs, tons of hammocks overlooking like the cliffside that went down to the surfing area. They had a kitchen there where they would cook food for you if you wanted.
Yep.
And they had a couple of like camping sites where you could hook up your camper and stay.
Like we looked at the price the other day for like what it costs down there for one of their rooms, and it's $60 a night right now. So like back then it was probably half the price, like $30 to $40 dollars a night is my guess, which is very inexpensive for that area one, and it's very inexpensive just in general for what you get.
Right.
You know, like the rooms are air conditioned in that space. And we didn't wind up using any of the rooms because we had the van, and it was super comfortable at night. The temperature would drop pretty good at night, but like during the day, it was nice and warm. And we spent most of the days on the beach there anyway.
Yeah, and they had bathroom and shower that you could use, like, because I don't think most of the rooms had bathrooms.
And the food there was delicious, and it was inexpensive considering like if you wanted to go out to eat somewhere, it was like a little less expensive than going out to eat somewhere.
And it was still kind of close enough to town where it was on the other side of town from the first spot that we stayed.
Yeah.
So the walk from there to town, there was some stuff along the way that you could kind of check out. And then also it was between town and the other beach.
Yes.
So then we could walk to the other beach where they had this giant New Year's Eve celebration where they built this woman out of sticks and wood.
Yep.
And then everybody writes like their wishes or whatever.
Yeah, you
like,
either write stuff that you want to get rid of or stuff that you want to bring into the new year.
Right. And so you put your little piece of paper. Here's Mr. Paco.
Hey, Bubba, what's going on?
Here, come sit with us.
Come on.
Come sit with us. There you go. So yeah, so we put our intentions in there for the next year, which would be in 2023, and watch that baby burn on New Year's Eve. They counted down like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and lit her up, and that's how we brought in the next year.
I think they called it something like burning the lady or something like that.
Well, that's very literal.
Because it was a woman. It was like literally a structure of a woman. That was a really cool event that we never really got to experience, which I thought was really interesting. And it was like give you a different perspective on like how people do things. But like Feliz Navidad, like we had a great time in Panama.
Do you remember where we were for actual Christmas?
I feel like that we spent the day just hanging out in the rig. Do you remember?
I don't remember like actual December 25th, 2022 where we were. Like obviously we were in Surfer's Paradise and blah, blah, but like did we cook for ourselves Christmas dinner? Did we go out for Christmas dinner? Were we with our French friends? Were we like, I don't remember exactly specifically Christmas.
For some reason, I feel like that we went to a restaurant for dinner with
But I
some
feel like
people.
it might have been closed.
That's true. It might have been. It's hard to remember exactly what was happening during that day.
Yeah.
Like that specific day. We know where we were. I think we just chilled. I think we just hung out with the people at Surfer's Paradise. And we all just had a nice Christmas together. There was no gift exchanging because nobody really knew each other.
We did do a gift exchange, you and I, though.
Yes.
We did a fun one. Do you remember that?
I don't.
We went to the mall in one of the bigger cities in David before we went there.
Yeah.
And it was, I think we each had like a $50, like a $50 US budget.
Okay.
And so we just kind of like separated in the mall.
I do remember this, and I got you like coloring pencils and like things to write in your journal with. I think you might even got you another like book. Like
you got me a book to read, yeah.
I got you a book to read. I got things that I feel like that you do all the time.
And I think I got you a pair of New York Yankee Crocs.
Yes, you did.
Because I thought that was so funny that they had a pair of New York Yankee shoes there.
I still have them.
Yeah.
They're in everything.
It's your only pair of Crocs you own.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think I got you a pair of basketball shorts because I feel like you wanted those.
Yeah,
the white ones that you still wear.
Yeah. I was playing basketball quite a bit. So yeah, I do have those still as well.
Yeah. But so those two things was like maxed out my $50, probably like a little bit more even. Oh, this dog is just...
Paco is going wild.
He's
right
in,
now.
he's out. We've got My niece is currently watching Everly. So it's Christmas break, and so she's off school today. So she came over to babysit for the day, but I think they might be kind of playing nearby, which means that Paco is hearing some things and wanting to join in on the fun. Don't blame him.
They locked us in the room.
Oh, really?
Can you unlock it real quick? Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Charlie. Charlie's like, that was me. Okay. 2023.
Well, so what happened at Surfers Paradise is that we got pregnant.
Yes.
And then, so by next Christmas, we had a 3-month-old baby, which is what happens because, 9 months later,
you have a kid.
You pop a baby out.
Yeah.
So that was Everly's first Christmas, was last year. No, 2023. There was still 2024. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, no. What did we just do? You know what? That means that we spent 2023 in Surfers Paradise.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because she was born September 2023. So then December 2023, we were back here.
Yeah, we were back here. Okay.
For Christmas.
Yeah.
Because knowing that we were pregnant, we drove back from Central America. We knew that we wanted to have the baby in Canada just because I'm a Canadian citizen, and for health insurance purposes, it just made sense to come and, use the services that I'm lucky enough to be born into.
Yeah.
So we came back to Canada, settled down for a bit. We renovated Sunny. Because we bought Sunny while I was pregnant too.
That's true, yeah.
So renovated Sunny, was doing all of this while I was pregnant, and then we gave birth at the end of September, and then
you gave birth.
Yeah, I gave birth at the end of September, and then we had a brand new baby.
We did, yeah.
For Christmas 2023.
Yeah, so she was 3 months old at that point, and 3 months and 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. Honestly, that Christmas is also a blur. And the reason why it's a blur is because we had a kid. And I remember at that point, I was kind of like waking up from like the fever dream of becoming a new parent. Like, I feel like it took me 3 months before I felt like I woke up and was like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Like, life was different. I knew it was different. I was starting to get the hang of it. And that Christmas was special because we had Everly in our lives. Mm-hmm. And not that we could give for her or see her rip open these presents and stuff and be all excited. Which I think this year is the first year where that's going to be a real thing. Mm-hmm. She ripped open the presents last year, but it wasn't like she didn't get it.
Right.
Yeah. This year she's going to get it. Mm-hmm. It's wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very cool.
So
and actually, at that point in 2023, we hadn't really gone on any big trips with her. I think we'd maybe done a weekend here or there, but we hadn't really done any big trips. But right after Christmas, we got in the van and drove to Florida.
You know what we did actually just before Christmas? We went to Blue Mountain in Sunny.
Okay.
And we snowboarded at Blue Mountain in Sunny when she was 3 months old.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. And then we also went to that log cabin.
Yeah.
We booked a empty
log cabin.
Well, it wasn't empty. It was a little tiny home.
Alex is like, we need to go on an adventure.
I'm going to book us a cabin because I was I don't know why I didn't want to take the van or whatever.
And the propane didn't work.
Yeah, well, we got there and they're like, oh, sorry, I had a late day at work. I wasn't able to turn the heater on.
Yeah.
So we got there and the cabin was just frigidly cold and then took a long time to heat up because it had zero insulation. It was basically just wood boards to the world.
Yeah.
And there was an outhouse.
And we were going through propane like it was our birthday.
Yeah, and which you had to pay extra for. The cabin, I think, was only $30 a night or something. So, what can you say? But yeah, it was an interesting experience. But I was I don't know. I feel like we're travelers, and I was just feeling cooped up at home, and I was can we do this with a baby? Can we keep going on adventures?
Yeah.
And it was definitely a little bit stressful, and I probably maybe didn't handle every aspect of it very well, and I think I was anxious and whatever.
You handled it as well as you could have.
Yeah,
your brain is re-chemistrying.
Yeah,
it's everything is just completely changing all the time in your brain when you just had a child. And it's rewiring itself, and you're trying to figure it all out, and it's not easy. And then breastfeeding takes so much energy from women, and yeah, you did great.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it was a fun adventure.
It was.
Even though it was a different one. It was a fun one. We had a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, so then after that Christmas, we went down to Florida in sunny, and then we spent like 3 months in Florida. In the van with a teeny tiny baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was really good.
Yeah, it was really
And it was
good.
nice and warm, and there was no draft coming through the wood paneling of our shack.
This is true. This is true. Yeah, we had a good experience with that as well. And then fast forward to 2024. 2024, we were here once again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we were just back here with my parents in Canada.
Yep. We were back here once again. I think we were planning on doing some snowboarding and stuff again.
I think we had just got back from the UK.
Well, we got back in November.
Yeah.
From the UK.
So we did like our big UK trip, and then we got back, and then we couldn't move into the hideout because it was already too cold.
Yeah.
And like we had already flushed the lines before we left and blah, blah, blah. So it didn't make sense to move back into the hideout.
Yeah.
And we were still working on selling Sunny because Sunny hadn't sold at that point. I think we were still...
It didn't sell till April of that year.
Of the next year.
Of 2025?
Yeah. Like we just sold Sunny this year.
Oh, wow.
Did we? I can't remember.
Well, yeah, because we got the trailer in February of 2025. And then we built that out. And while we were building that out, we sold Sunny. Yeah. So we spent another Christmas here in Canada. And
with family.
And it was beautiful. And we spent it, there was more family around this time. Alex's aunt and cousin came. And so we got to hang out with them, and that was really beautiful. And
then I think, I feel like it seems like right after Christmas, we always book a trip.
Yeah, we always try to go somewhere.
Because I think right after Christmas, we drove down to Virginia with Sunny.
Yeah.
And then dropped Sunny off
in Virginia.
With Defining Adventure in Virginia.
And we left her there at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, life has been wild.
Yeah.
It's been crazy. It's been fun. And then 2025 last year.
This year, currently.
It's not 26.
Yeah.
My gosh, I'm living in the future. Right?
Yeah. It's because you just had your birthday. You've like skipped forward.
Yeah, I'm like, next year.
2025.
I'm 38
last
now.
Year.
No, I'm actually 37 right now, but if I'm living in the future, 38, right?
Yeah. So this year we're going to be at home again. And then, I don't know. It feels nice to be around family at Christmas, especially now that we have Everly as well.
Yeah.
Like it's just kind of, I don't know, like a warm feeling of like being with those people that you love. And
yeah, I would like to one year do a Christmas with my family.
Now that we're talking about it, that we haven't done it in a really long time, we should probably make sure that next year
we do a Christmas with them.
Yeah. And it would be nice to be in Florida for Christmas, not going to lie.
Well, maybe New York.
Yeah?
Maybe New York and...
The only tricky thing about New York is that there's nowhere for us to sleep if we don't have our van. And you were just saying yesterday that the truck and trailer is too big.
Oh, we have a place to sleep.
Where?
We could sleep at Trisha's house.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
I'll
close
ask Trisha.
But far.
I'll ask Trisha about it.
Because she lives in New Jersey, which is far away from all the Christmassy stuff that would be in New York.
But here was my thought about it. Maybe we try to get Trisha to host a Christmas and have James and Emerald and the kids go there. Have Aunt Sue, Aunt Tracy, because Grandma, the reason why I was always in Brooklyn is because Grandma was right there. Right?
All right, so next year Frankie's forcing his whole family to change their plans for him.
And I'm going to force my cousin to
host
everybody.
That sounds like a great plan, Frank.
I love it. I think it's a wonderful plan.
We'll see if everybody else agrees.
That means also I got to get my sister and my mom to come up. But we'll see. We got to figure it all out.
Well, you've got a whole year to make it happen.
A whole year to push everybody into my plan.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be good. I guess, I think the thing about our lives is that we never know exactly where we're going to be. But these touchstones like Christmas, you kind of like think ahead and plan ahead a little bit. So
let me ask you this. This has nothing to do with the van, but what is your favorite childhood memory of Christmas?
My favorite childhood memory of Christmas? Waking up and like running downstairs and seeing that the stockings had been filled and being like, ooh, like Santa came last night and filled the stockings.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a great feeling.
Yeah.
Mine was actually Christmas Eve. Me and my brother would lay on the ground of we're boys, so we smash stuff up. And so we like kicked a hole in the bottom of our door at some point in time. So it was like a hole that was like this. That was
a
like
mouse hole.
Yeah, like you could like peek through, you see people's feet and stuff. And I remember me and James just laying there, like looking out the hole, trying to stay up all night to catch Santa putting presents under the tree. And I think we were up till probably like 4 a.m. Just looking with intention to try to catch this guy.
Yeah, Frank and I have been talking. I don't know if we're gonna like. It's tricky because like both of our like favorite memories of Christmas are like Santa
Yeah,
things.
because pretend, right? So we could play pretend.
Yeah,
it's still gonna be similar. I think.
It's still gonna be magical.
Let me finish my story.
Sure.
Right? And so like sitting there looking underneath, and both me and my brother pass out
on the floor.
On the floor at the hole of the door. We both pass out.
You must have been a little bit older because you were already questioning whether Santa was...
I think I was probably 7.
Yeah.
Around 7, I think this was. And
then your brother would have been 8.
Yeah, and we woke up, and sure enough, the presents were underneath the freaking tree, and we didn't see Santa. That guy got us again is what we thought. And we just woke up, busted out the door, and was so excited to just celebrate Christmas with the family and open up presents. I think that year we got a Sega.
Cool.
Sega Saturn, yeah.
Sega!
Remember that?
Nope.
You don't remember that video game console? No?
I do remember a Sega, but I don't remember that commercial.
Sega! That was like the line of Sega.
Okay.
Sega!
All right.
Okay. You guys try it at home.
But yeah, we're like debating about whether we're going to like perpetuate the myth of Santa Claus with Everly. Well, I heard this one lady talking about it the other day, and it was like...
Well, let me ask you this. Why do you think it's a better idea to do it the way that you're about to say?
Well, so this way we say, okay, here's the deal, Everly. During the month of December, everybody, grown-ups, teachers, kids... we all play a giant game of make-believe. And it's so much fun because we all play make-believe that Santa is coming and there's so much magic and we're going to, maybe there's an elf and maybe he's going to come down.
Time out. If there is kids listening.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Plug your ears.
Ooh. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, or...
well, see, that's the other tricky thing.
Maybe pause this episode and go watch it without your kids at this point.
We should put a disclaimer at the beginning. Disclaimer, we're talking about Santa.
I'll even put like the timing of the Santa thing.
Yeah.
So that way, you don't mess it up, or we don't mess it up for your family.
But yeah, so that's the thing is that like, I don't want to be a liar.
Yeah.
And like... if you think about other holidays like Halloween, it's still really fun. Even though they know that like ghosts and dragon slayers aren't real.
I'll also say this. I think that you actually will embody the spirit of Christmas of like being loving, caring, trying to give, right? Trying to be there for your family and friends by more of this like playing pretend.
Well, and then the one thing I liked is that like you kind of check in every year at Christmas and it's like, this year, do you want to be a believer or do you want to be a magic maker?
Ooh, that's cool.
So then you get to pick if you're going to be the believer
or the
magic maker.
I like this.
And then I think it kind of makes Christmas last longer too, because then, when you're 14, 15, now you're the magic maker.
Yeah, instead of the believer.
Rather than just like, oh, like I know Santa's not real.
Yeah. Like, trying to ruin it for everybody.
It's just for little kids.
Yeah.
Lame.
And even if like that does become the thing, then they just don't participate, right?
Right.
Rather than spoiling it for everybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And then also I find it like a little bit creepy. Like we went to visit a Santa and I was just like, ugh. This is so strange to me that like, we're like, here, strange man in a red suit, hold my baby.
And let her sit on your lap.
Yuck. And then like, we're like, yeah, trust that guy.
Yeah.
If you see a red guy, yeah, that's really Santa. Like, no.
And we're not trying to pull away the spirit of like Santa Claus and stuff, but it just feels a little bit awkward.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if I can like, and then the elf on the shelf is kind of scary too. Like these weird elves are just like running around your house amok at night, like reporting back to Santa, like he sees you when you're sleeping.
Well, and like,
guys,
when you think about Christmas isn't about Santa Claus. Christmas is actually about the birth of Jesus Christ.
Right.
You know, it's like, it takes away from the actual reason why, like, Christmas exists.
Well, and then also I think it makes it a lot more about presents.
Yeah.
And like,
it's consumerism.
Yeah, like getting stuff. Because the only thing that matters is that you're good so that Santa will come and give you presents.
Yeah, which I'm not saying is like a bad thing, but like, maybe we could rebrand it for our family.
And then also maybe we're just like overthinking it and like we should just, but then it's like, do I just want to go on with what everybody is doing because that's what everybody is doing? Yeah. But then I also don't want to be like a family that's like, oh, we don't celebrate Christmas because like,
well, I want to celebrate Christmas.
I do. And I love Christmas and I like a lot of things about Christmas, but I definitely was like, upset when I found out that Santa wasn't real.
Likewise. And I think most people feel the same way.
And then you start questioning and then you're trying to like figure it out, like watching under the thing. Like, and that's a good memory, but it's also like kind of like the end of your childhood.
Yeah, but you could still do that while playing pretend.
Right.
You know what I mean? You could be the believer. You could be the one sitting under there waiting for Santa to come, and that magical feeling of like, oh, he might just be there.
And still watch all the Christmas movies and things like that. And like, yeah, I don't know. So we're just like, this year it's not so, like, she's very smart, but she's not so cognitively aware and like making sentences and stuff that we could be like, that she would like fully, she doesn't fully understand the concept of Santa yet to even know the difference.
The other thing though that we have to think about in creating this with her is that either if she's a believer or a magic maker, she can never reveal the true secret of playing pretend with everybody else.
The whole secret, the whole point of playing pretend is that we're all in.
We're all in playing pretend.
But I can just like imagine it being fun to like look at her across the room and like wink. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Santa's coming tonight.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like it could be, we could make it fun to like make believe that Santa's coming.
Yeah, and I think it will help her imagination just like explode, you know, with all these different, you know, whether she's a believer or a magic maker, you know, moments of like what she could do to help other people.
Right. And then I guess like now I'm thinking about like the Easter Bunny. Like, do we like...
I never really cared for the Easter Bunny.
No, but like, is the Easter Bunny... Like, that's the thing. It's like, we tell these kids that, like, this... But then it's like, the joke about it is that, like, you know, the Easter Bunny and Santa only visit the rich kids at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Well, and once again, it's like, it's another thing that is actually about the...
Consumerism.
Well, it's about the Catholic religion, once again.
Well,
it's about
Christian.
Jesus. It's about Jesus rising from the dead, right? And
right.
So it's like, you're getting away from the point a little bit with the holidays.
But then it's like, are we taking away the magic from her childhood?
No, we're not, because we're still going to create, we could still do a pretend thing, you know what I mean? Or like, this is the reason why this holiday exists, but we could play pretend, you know? It's fun to play pretend. It's fun to
make believe
and to, you know, do the egg hunts and da-da-da and stuff like that. It's still like, we could still celebrate these holidays with a different, way of going about it. It's like it's obviously not perfect. It's not a perfect plan. We haven't done it yet, so we don't know exactly what we're doing, but I think this is the way we might do it.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think. Is this going to be an absolute disaster? We're going to ruin holidays, or are we going to make holidays better?
I think that no matter what, we can't really ruin holidays.
The thing is is that now you have to stay tuned for the next 10 years to be able to see whether or not we ruin it.
See how this experiment goes. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing how we go about it.
Yeah. I think we have to like do it with intention and like fun.
And last question before we end the podcast. How'd you feel about our van life Christmases?
I liked them all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the last couple of years have been more like traditional Christmases with like, you know, van life trips adjacent, right? Like, and I think a lot of van lifers do that. Like they circle back to their families for the holidays. Because I will say probably the loneliest Christmas we had was the one that we spent totally alone in a random parking lot.
I don't remember feeling alone though.
No, but it certainly wasn't like as festive as you know, other years.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I think a lot of the magic of like the holidays is being with your friends and family.
For sure.
You know, so I do believe that a lot of van lifers will like circle around or like, you know, plan to be like, okay, I'm going to track towards home, quote unquote, for Christmas.
Yeah, they definitely do.
And also like, especially in the Northern Hemisphere, it's hard to do Christmas in a van unless you're like loving winter van life.
Unless you're a snowboarder or a skier.
Yeah.
And that's where you want to be. Or a snowmobiler. Something snowy sport-wise.
Snow.
Snow sport lover.
Snow a lot.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, snow sport lover.
So yeah, I think, you know, it's nice to have a break from the van if you're in the very colder places to like go stay with family or whatever it is and like have a nice hot shower and eat as much food as you want and lay on the couch and, you know, relax.
Yeah.
But I also really did enjoy our Christmases that we were like in Panama or in other places. And then you're not, you know, worrying about like, oh, like we're in Panama. We're not going to fly home for Christmas. Mm-hmm. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So, I mean, I think that one thing I would like to do is at some point in time have like a Christmas holiday vacation.
Oh, like somewhere hot.
Yeah, like do like an all-inclusive somewhere, like Christmas vacation.
I'm always down.
I feel like that'd be interesting.
Yeah. Well, everybody else there is doing the same thing.
Yeah, but like how do they set it up to make it feel like Christmas?
It's Christmas on the island.
Yeah. Christmas on the island.
We were just listening to like a full like rap reggae Christmas Spotify playlist. It was very good. Highly recommend.
Yeah, I think that would be a really interesting Christmas. You know, maybe we won't have one in the van for a while, but maybe we will.
Mm-hmm. Well, like that's the thing. Like even if we take the van or trailer or whatever down to your cousins in New York next year, we'll probably stay in the house.
It's Christmas in a trailer.
Unless you've invited so much family to your cousin in Jersey's house that we have to stay in the van.
Inside the trailer.
Which, if you are staying inside of your trailer and you can be plugged in, get an electric heater.
Yeah. Big deal.
Oh my God. It is a
deal.
game changer. Rather than having that click, 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 click from the diesel heater. Yeah. And then you don't have to worry about filling your diesel tank every however many days, hours.
Yeah.
The electric heat, if you are plugged in, spend the $120, buy the electric heater. Just do it.
Yeah.
Your life will be changed forever.
That's why people run generators.
Yeah.
I realize it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we hope that you guys enjoyed this podcast. Thank you so much for being along with us, you know, going on these adventures with us. And if you haven't seen our YouTube channel, go check out FnA Van Life. This is on our other channel, Frankie and Alex. And we're so thankful for you guys. And
we hope you have a happy holidays, whatever you're celebrating or not celebrating or whatever. And wherever in the world this podcast might find you, we hope it's a good one.
we hope you have an FnA day.